Okay, I'm going to start again. So welcome to Real Talk Live with Arnett Love. And I'm starting again because somebody tried to come on my live and it didn't work. So it was a whole bunch of beeping and I didn't want that in my video. And I started the last video off about storytellers. And now when I say storytellers, like I said, I'm talking about people that's always telling lies. Why do people insist on telling lies? You got certain people in your lives, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, that every time they start to say something, they got to add a little lie in it. And it makes me feel like I don't even want to hear anything you got to say because you lie all the time. And I can't stand when a person is always lying. One thing about me, I have receipts for everything I say. I might not produce the receipts because it's not that serious to me, but when I say something, I have receipts, okay? I can't stand a lie. You know how some people lie, and I use the example of I go to the fishing hole to get some fish. I have me a nice fishing rod and, a net. But this person to come want to one-up me. So they go to the fishing hole to get some fish and they got a stick and string and they walk into the pond to get their fish. Just always got to lie about something. And when I want to, talk to people, I don't want them making up stuff for me. People lie on the social media. They lie at the job. They lie everywhere. Just tell the truth. Lying about. Let's go to politics, because that's what's happening right now. Politics. Okay, so you got all these people on social media want to lie about politicians. Every politician is not a crook, a criminal. Every politician is not someone that has alternative motives. You actually have some people that want to do the job and do the job correctly. And most of the time, of course, in your first, second, maybe third year, it's on the job training. So why is it that we don't give these people a chance or opportunity to do the job? Now, let me tell you, I am not the person that's scary. You cannot scare me away. You will have to not elect me again for me to be, out of this. I'm not going to just drop this because service is my life. Service is my life. So I'm not going to let any Facebook or Instagram or TikTok bullies push me out of what I am born to do, and that is to serve others. But I do understand why some politicians say, I'm done, I had enough with it, it's too much. It's not even the job, it's the people. You say you want somebody that's going to work hard and serve you, but all you do is come out here and try to drag them and throw shots at them and stuff, and half of the stuff be lies. That's what gets me. Half of the stuff be lies, and then what most people expect us to do is ignore the lies. You understand? See, I got a team, and my team keeps me grounded, but there are some days, baby, I got time for you. I got time for your lies to correct you in your lies. I'm going to tell you that right now because that's all y'all do. I'm not going to continue to keep letting y'all lie on me because, see, I'm not working for another election. I am working to the best of my abilities for these 4 years that I was elected to. To 2028. So I'm not trying to impress and be your friend and like ladder-daddy everybody and everybody like me for another election. I'm not doing that. I said I was going to serve, and I am going to serve the best way that I know how. And I am no stranger to serving, and I am no stranger to leadership. You understand? You don't have to be a teacher to be on the school board. That's crazy. If you're a teacher, and you on the school board, that adds to your understanding of what the teachers go through. So you don't have to do what I have to do. I go to the schools so that I can get a feel for what they're going through, so that I can tell you, hey, I understand why a lot of these kids can't grasp some of this stuff that's going on, because what I witnessed, not what anybody told me, I witnessed that the behavior in the classroom is a distraction, not only for the teachers, but for the other kids, and of course the kid that have that distracting behavior. But y'all don't want to hear that. And I'm one that's guilty of saying, our kids can't read, we need to do this, that, and the other. And then I go into the class when I realize that they can't read because they're almost unteachable. Some of them, not all of them, but I'm just saying the ones that's acting up, and mine included, it's hard to teach that child because you still have the other children the other children that has to learn as well. So what do? We try to get the teacher the help that they need. We try to get enough TAs in the system that these teachers have help. So when this kid is being unruly, they can quickly get a handle of that problem so we can get back to teaching our kids. We got to know what's going on. We have to know. And to be on the outside just running your mouth and you don't even ask questions. I'm just an email away or a phone call away. This is some stuff that can be explained to you. And then if you don't like my answer, I can call the superintendent and get a more in-depth answer. But one of the issues, and I'm not saying this is in totality why our kids have low reading scores. That is not what I'm saying. But I identified by going to the schools as a school board member that one of the issues has a lot to do with the behavior of some of our children. No kid is perfect. We can't expect them to go to school and be perfect. So you have to expect there's going to be this in the system. There's going to be some kids that are not focused. The question is, why aren't they focused? Do the kid need counseling? Do the kid need this, that, and the other? Is the kid hungry? What is going on with that child that we need to grasp, get a hold of, so that we can help them focus in school? That's important too. Can't just toss the child away. You got to make sure we get to the core of the issue. And see, it's like that's called supervision, governing. That's what that's called. And if I have an issue, what I do, I don't go to the teacher. I take it back to our superintendent where it should be. And so he can get his people on top of it so they can look at it. This is just my observation so that I can get a feel and an understanding of what our teachers are going up against. That's what I do. And that's called leadership. Leadership. I have a degree in leadership, not even just a degree in leadership, it's leadership in management. And I have years of experience in leadership and management for myself. Okay? So my thing is, when you get on social media and start talking about they're not qualified, baby, who's not qualified? Who is not qualified? And that's my whole thing. Who's not qualified? The person that's doing all that talking may not be qualified. But I know one person that's qualified for leadership, that's qualified for governing. See, I have a lot of firsts, baby. I broke ceilings. All right? I break ceilings. And I'm not going to go into my resume, but I'll feel free to provide one for you. You know, but this is the thing. We got to deal with trying to get a handle on what you elected us for. And then we got to sit here and listen to all those insults that you're hurling. But see, y'all got the right one. Because I done told you before, I'm not chasing another election. Not in 2026. My election is up in 2028. If you choose not to reelect me, that's fine, because let me clarify this one mistake that y'all keep talking about. That money. I wasn't working for nobody or anybody, however you want me to say it, before I came on the school board. And I'm not working for nobody or anybody after I'm on the school board. I work for myself. My money is fine. Okay? So my mortgage is going to be paid and I'm going to eat. That's all that's important to me. Can't you tell? So all that, they want that little check. Yes, it's a little check. Break up $10,000 a year. It's a little check. And I can tell you, most of the people that's up there have money. I don't know their personal stuff, but the ones that I deal with, they're not worrying about that check. Matter of fact, a lot of them don't even know when the check hit. Okay? So stop putting that check up. Worry about other people's check. And I'm talking about me being a school board member. Y'all worry about the school board's $10,000. Worry about other people's check. Go digging in what other people are making, what you're paying for them to make. You see what I'm saying? Just running this right here. Just running this. Instead of running it, ask questions. If I can't answer your question, I'll get you an answer. Ask questions, but we like to always try to dog somebody. And let me get this diversity thing straight. Let me make sure I say it correctly. Diversity. Let me get the diversity thing straight. There is a whole bunch of diversity on that school board. So say what you mean. Say what you mean. Because you have people from very different backgrounds. Me, for one, I am 53 years old. Okay, you don't have anybody as old as me, first of all, on the school board. And so I came up in the 70s. That's diversity enough. I still remember some things. You understand? I still had grandparents that taught me about their grandparents. That's diversity enough. That's diversity for you. And then you have these brilliant minds that sit at the table with me that are educated and experienced in different things, numerous different things. I'm talking about counseling and mental health. I mean, of course, education, military. I mean, there's diversity at the table. So stop using diversity and just say what it is you mean. Because I'm tired of y'all using that word, and that's not what you're trying to say. I'm too old to not understand where you're going with this diversity piece. Be honest. Be honest. That's all I'm asking. Be honest. Stop making up stuff. If you be honest, you can get honest answers, honest replies. And then you ignore certain things. This will get me about people. You ignore certain things that you truly know that's not right. You ignore that, and then you focus on the minor stuff. Stuff you should be focusing on. You're not focusing on that, but you want to focus on minor stuff. You want to focus on minor stuff. I told y'all when you elected me, I told you when I was running that I was going to fight for the people, that I was going to stand on what's right, and I was going to do and make decisions for all our staff, our children, and our families. And that is what I am doing. So no, I do not appreciate being grouped together and being accused of wanting something just on a board just for some money. Because I never needed the money. At one time, I didn't even remember they got paid. And then when they found out they got paid, it was $10,000. I was like, oh, okay. Little gas money from school to school where I go visit when I wasn't ill. I've been ill for a minute, but school to school. Gas money, that's all it is. And maybe some lunch for a couple of days. Y'all need to get it together, people. Do you want people that's going to serve you? Want people that's going to do the job? Want people that's going to learn how to do the job? What you want, some knuckleheads up there that's not going to take the time to learn what needs to be done to govern this organization the correct way, this entity? Is that what you want? People that won't open up a book? Because that's not what you have right now. You have people that's willing to open up a book, read, go to these conferences, and sit in these long, boring classes and ask questions on how we can better serve you. And the first thing that I see people writing is, we're not doing anything, and what kind of work we getting done. Man, let me tell you, so I ain't got to waste your money. I got my own money that I can waste. If I want to take a trip, I can take a trip. Come on, I'm speaking from reality. Since everybody want to make up stuff, I can't stand storytellers. Stop telling stories. I'm speaking from reality. Nobody has to waste your money, Portsmouth. Not over here, where love is. Love don't have to waste your money. I got plenty of money to waste. Praise be to God. That's who I serve. He takes care of me. Okay, so I just want y'all to stop including me in your foolishness. Stop including me in your foolishness. I just finished my first year. I'm not trying to go 3 more years with this foolishness y'all got going on. And it's not everybody. And let me tell y'all something. Let me get to the people that see that I work, that tell me, you know, I see what you're doing, and that are appreciative in what did I do, appreciative when I speak out. Because everything that I don't understand or I want a clarification for you, I ask the question on camera, on video, to make sure you see that I am being a voice for you, getting the information that you should want to know. And then what do? You group everybody into a loop. Let's stop that. Let's stop that. Let's see who's working for you. When you see who's working for you, it makes it easier who to put back in. It makes it easier for who to put back in when you see people working for you. But if you don't even watch the meetings, how do you see? What do? You go out there and wait for somebody to say, vote for this person, vote for this person, vote for this person. Or do you vote by party? Or do you vote by skin color? I'm being real. Y'all want to be real, or some of you want to just be telling lies. I'm not going to lie to you. I know the game. Do you want somebody that's going to do the job, that's going to take care of the kids, the students, the staff, and the families of the school board? Because you got somebody right now. I have no ulterior motives. I'm not worried about no money. Not at all. I'm not worried about these trips. I really only like to travel little, small, tiny. But I'm willing to get on a plane to go learn. I don't do nightlife. I don't do all no clubbing and stuff. The most I want to do is get me 1 meal a day and figure out how I can help improve what we have. Build upon what we already had. That's it. And then, instead of y'all allowing us to do that, you want to tear us down. I am not going to sit back all of the time and let y'all say or hurl these untruths all of the time. Most of the time, I don't care. It's a non-factor. But when you get personal, I'm going to have your time. Because I just told you I work for me. I'm going to have your time when you get personal. Because I did not sign up for that. You can know my personal business. That's fine. Whatever it is you need to know. But don't tell lies. Stop lying. And I understand some of you not going to like this video. And some of you may agree with it. It's on you. It's on you. Because you can't deny the fact that I have been doing my job for these, 12, 14 months. I have been doing my job. I missed 1 meeting. That's because I had the flu. But I've been doing this job that I said I was going to do. And I am proud to do the job. I am proud to do the job. I always stand on business. I am like no other. I don't know who these people are you think need this money. Who these people are you think only work for money. Come on, man. I don't like to talk about my colleagues. They can talk for themselves. But I can tell you one thing. They're not scraping for these $300-some that we get every 2 weeks. I can tell you that right now. I do not believe any one of them. Or they love what they do. I know I do. And like I said, I don't want to talk for them. But we love making sure that our kids have a future, can be productive citizens. And this stuff didn't just start. This didn't just start. So we have to some point get our footing and find out how we can get our kids' score where they should be. As we wait probably for a revision of what's already at Department of Education in Virginia. Because things change based on who's in charge. So we have to wait for that as well. And I try my best to keep you up to date on what's going on. And if I don't know for sure, I would not put it out. If I don't have every detail, if I can't tell you what you need to know, if I can't answer your your questions about something that I may want to put out, I won't put it out until I know it for sure. So what I'm trying to say, I guess, is lighten up. Lighten up. Everybody is not against you. Good gracious. I just haven't. And it's not all of you, Portsmouth. God knows it's not. It's not all of you. And I want to thank y'all, especially the ones that greet me, like I was saying previously, greet me, let me know that you appreciate what I do. You see me working. You see me speaking out. It's a board. It's a governing board. We're not doing any heavy lifting except using our brain. So I don't know what y'all expect, the naysayers. I don't know what you expect. It's about using your brain. It's about that. Putting pieces together. Figuring things out. There's no heavy lifting unless this is not on right. So I love serving Portsmouth. I'm very thankful to the people who allow me to serve. I am thankful to the people that backed me. Because yes, I'll say this, and I don't have no problem saying it. I'm an independent. I was backed by the Republicans. I was endorsed by the Republicans. Let me say that. But I was backed by some Democrats and some Republicans and some independents. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm still going through some issues with my health. But that's not going to stop me from doing my job. So what I was saying, I was backed by some Democrats. I was backed by some Republicans. I was backed by some independent, some Tea Party. And I'm thankful for each and every one of you. Each and every one of your votes. Because I am determined to work for everybody. This is a local level election that I serve on, a local level board. I am elected to work for everybody. And that is why when you look at the ballot, it has us running as an independent. It does not decipher what your party is. It has you running as an independent. It is our job to work for the citizens of Portsmouth. Could y'all stop with the division? Please. Get the person that's going to work for you. Work for all of you. I'm not running this year. And I don't endorse anybody. You know, I don't sit here and speak for anybody. I'm just telling you that everybody is not a crook. Everybody is not a crook. Yeah, there's some crooks out there. But when you look at my way, you're looking in the wrong direction. Let me redirect your head. Okay? And so, I thank you for letting me serve. And like I say, I thank each and every person, regardless of what your party is. I thank you for your vote. I thank you for this experience. And I thank you for allowing me to have input on our kids' future. Because that's all I wanted. I'm from Portsmouth. I grew up here. I had a wonderful childhood. And I wish nothing but the best or the same for the kids that we have today. And, you know, as far as the crime, maybe there was crime, but I don't remember it being kids. We ain't never had this much kids. Let me tell y'all something. Now, I'm off of the school board piece, okay? Let me tell you something. When I was a child, if the kids was getting, what can I say? If they were getting disposed of like they are now in these streets, this city would have been torn up from the floor up. Those people in charge would not have allowed that to happen at all. We would have had curfews. we would have, baby, we've been in that house. Remember when your mama said you better be in here when the street lights come on? Every child better have been in there when them street lights come on, honey. Because it would have been some consequences and some repercussions going on in the city of Portsmouth. I'm telling you, I don't know how they did it, but I, with all that I have, I know that they would have put their foot down. It would have been something going on there. All this crime that's going on now. Yeah, they say that the crime rate was about the same. I find it hard to believe. I think they're missing something because they didn't play. They didn't play with us. And they didn't have to really play with us because they made sure that we always had something to do. We always had something to do. We had Girl Scout. I was a Girl Scout. My mother didn't have a lot of money. I wasn't rich. But I was a Girl Scout and had a Girl Scout uniform and everything. Brownie uniform. I took dance lessons. Everybody talk about how well I can dance. I took dance lessons. And then I took what I couldn't take outside of school. We had dance in school. We had dance in school. People feel like that's not, a good thing anymore, but it was good for us. It gave us something to do instead of being out here in these streets. I took dance in school. That's why I dance so gracefully. Everybody be like, oh, you're a big girl. You can really dance. Yes, because I took dance lessons and I was taught to be graceful. It wasn't something I was born with. My family's stiff as a board. Yeah, I was taught these things. You see what I'm saying? We had more than track and basketball and football. And soccer. We had more than that, and baseball. We had all kinds of stuff going on. And if I can be a part of that entity to where we're bringing stuff back to our kids to keep them off of the street, to keep their minds knowledgeable and interesting or interested, that's where I want to be. What can we do? How can we assist? What policies do we need to come up with? How can we back our superintendent to make sure that these kids are getting everything they need to be productive? That's the way I think. So when you start thinking negatively, please exclude me. Exclude me from that. Because that's not how I think. I wasn't even raised like that. Okay? I'll tell y'all another time how I was raised now. I wasn't raised to take no tea for coffee either. But I was not raised to be negative. I was not raised to be that. I was raised to wish people well, wish good things for people, uplift people. That's what I was raised to do from my single mother. And before you start running your mouth about my mama, my mother was married before she had one of her kids. One. And that means either one of us. She was married. So I just ended up having a single parent home. Okay? So make sure you don't lie. Make sure you tell the truth. And when you're unsure, make sure you ask questions from the individual that can give you an accurate and adequate answer. Okay? Remember, God loves you. I love you. Make sure you love yourself so you can go on and love someone else. Until we shall meet again, may you be tremendously blessed. I pray that for you.